I I ordered this Ice Cream Man book after seeing iDubbbz do that special on Dax Flame. I don't know his YouTube or anything, but like wasn't familiar with him, but when he's talked about this little book, when he started talking about things like he would do small things to sabotage his ice cream job. Like he's an old YouTuber from an OG YouTuber. But I wasn't familiar with it. But now he just works at an ice cream shop. And when he started just saying he was doing little things to sabotage, he's like he's getting kind of angry. So he's doing little things in small ways, doing mischievous things at the ice cream shop. I thought that sounded hilarious to me. So I wanted this book. I just thought it would be funny. And it is hilarious. It's so good. It's so funny. Like, I have to. I feel like I'm gonna finish this really fast. Yeah, I was laughing really hard. Yeah, let's see. I don't know if I could do it justice. I have to share some part. Because maybe I should say this. I'll just read the intro for it. Because Ice Cream Man. I work in an ice cream shop in Los Angeles. I used to be extremely famous on YouTube and 16th most subscribed of all time. It was 2007 and I was 15. A few years later, I was cast in a Warner Brothers movie called Project X, and a year after that, I acted in 21 Jump Street. I was paid $40,000 for each role, but somewhere along the way something went wrong. My career dried up, and now I'm 27 and working as Ice Cream Man. I like beautiful weather, drinking smoothies, days off, laughing, finishing exercising, and watching movies. I want a promotion at work, more free time, a new wardrobe, a new girlfriend, and eventually a movie career again. So that's how it ends. I hope you get all those things. But whatever led you to this is hilarious. This is brilliant. Okay. This is the other day a balding man. It said Peppermint Patio. The other day a balding man with glasses and a Hawaiian shirt and nice slacks came into the ice cream shop with his wife. He seemed like quite a modest person, but he also liked to make jokes. Like when I asked him if they were up to anything exciting that evening, he said, "This is exciting. Ice cream's the highlight." I politely pretended to laugh because lots of people make that joke. I never really thought of it like that. That's kind of special to work in an ice cream shop. Because that is a lot of people's highlight or treat of the day. That's cute. Kind of makes me want to work at an ice cream shop. I already thought about. You know why I don't want to work in an ice cream shop though? Is because I feel like it would be hard on my wrist scooping the ice cream, and I'd get cold sometimes. So I decided it wasn't worth. Isn't that a stupid reason? Maybe you get over it. That'd be a cute job. Anyway, it goes. I politely pretended to laugh because lots of people make that joke. He seemed very friendly, but also very boring, to be honest. But not in a bad way, just in the way older people sometimes are. So he told me what he wanted. I scooped his cone. I'm just laughing knowing his cone. I don't know. His cone of peppermint ice cream. And as I don't know why it's so funny to me. So he told me what he wanted. I scooped his cone of peppermint ice cream, and as I turned to take his wife's order, I heard him let out a shout of terror. Not surprise, but of terror. And I turned my head. I turned my head just in time to see him catch his falling ice cream, which had fallen from its cone down his shirt and into his hand. I was surprised that's what the shout had been about because it seemed like such a horrified shout. His wife looked surprised, and the man, ice cream dripping down his blushing cheeks and chin, had a hard time making eye contact. Why is it so funny? It's not that funny. Eye contact with me as I asked if he'd like me to replace the ice cream, and he said it was fine since he caught it before it touched the ground or anything, and began pushing it back onto the cone. I tried to act like I hadn't noticed too much by turning to his wife and asking her order. I gave her some ice cream and I rang them up, and they went on their way. Shortly after they left, I replayed the scene in my mind and began judging the man, thinking I would. I gotta get through this. No one's gonna think it's as funny as I'm saying, but it's so funny. I was laughing. Shortly after they left, I replayed the scene in my mind and began judging the man, thinking I would never scream in horror about ice cream falling from its cone. I'd scream in horror if someone was driving towards me on the road and I realized they weren't gonna stop and they're gonna crush me. I wouldn't scream about ice cream. The oldest saying in the book is, don't cry over spilled milk. The worst case scenario, your shirt gets ruined, which isn't a big deal, and if the ice cream hits the ground, I'll replace it free of charge. But then I made myself realize that people are just doing their best, and you can't judge them. Maybe he had parents that yelled at him for spilling things when he when he was little, and now that's one of his biggest challenges. Or maybe the shirt he was wearing was a very special gift from his wife or dead relative, and you never know what past a person has or what's in their head. Oh, it's so funny. I'm just thinking, I would never scream like that. Oh, isn't it funny? It's funny. You know what's funny? Oh, anyway, then there's this one part that made me laugh. Okay, shut up. This part's good. He meets a girl, and his friend sent him a Tinder account. He meets a girl. He's really into her. They click right away, and they and she thinks she's beautiful, and they kiss, and everything's amazing. And she goes at my apartment. She asked if she could borrow one of my shirts because she wanted to put it on and take off the rest of her clothes. And I handed her a shirt, and she went into the bathroom. And then I don't want to read the whole thing; it's so short. I feel like anybody that sees has to get it, but there's just a few parts. I handed her a shirt, and she went into the bathroom and then came out in just the shirt and sat on my bed. We began to kiss, and then we had sex, and it was very, very fun. And afterwards, though, she became a little strange. She put her hand on my neck and squeezed it and said she wanted me to be hers and no one else's. And I said I wanted the same thing, and she squeezed harder, choking me a little, and I didn't know what to say. And then she stopped, and she did a few more things that seemed kind of weird, but I can't explain it really. I dropped her off at her apartment the next day. There were weird things I didn't understand, but but mostly I was just incredibly excited. It made me think a lot about my ex, but also made me think there was a new future for me. And the girl texted me a few times that day, and it was fun. And then she texted me a few times in the middle of the night, and when I didn't respond until the next day, she was kind of mad at me. But she forgave me after I explained I was sleeping. I haven't even looked at myself. Though I had to apologize twice before she accepted the apology, and we made plans to have dinner at her apartment a couple days later, and that's when I felt the most strange. She was holding a knife, cutting up some bell peppers she was gonna cook, and I suddenly started feeling very paranoid. I told her I needed to step into the hallway to make a phone call, and she pleaded with me just to call from right there in the kitchen, but after a minute of telling her I wouldn't be able to focus unless I was alone in the hallway, she relented, and I went and stood in the hallway, took a couple of breaths, and then without even thinking, I was speed walking down the hall to the elevator. I just love him scared she's gonna she's just creepy. And then I was in the car driving home. She didn't call him back after that. I saw the bunny scared of her with her knife. That was funny. Let's see. Wait. There's a few really cute things in here. Like little ways to improve the ice cream shop. And I think they're right. I think you're right. It's cute. But nobody's respecting him. I'm respecting you or him. That's cute. And I think they're a good idea. Okay, what's the other one? Oh, the free ice cream scoop? That's cute. Another thing I like. Another thing that made me laugh. Ow, it's mostly very cute. This one just made me laugh though. So Karma Pazla. I have a friend who focuses a lot on spirituality, and a few months ago she explained some stuff about karma to me. Essentially, she told me that karma is a universal law that carries over from all your actions, including past lives. She was talking about reincarnation. She was saying that potentially some of the stuff I've been going through could be due to negative actions from previous lives of mine. And that there's a message in it for me to decipher to move on to good karma. I thought it kind of made sense, but I haven't seen her since then in order to pick her brain more and to get her to clarify what exactly I can do about it. So nowadays, that's always in the back of my head, but I don't know what to do about it. I would imagine I need to do some good deeds, which I always try to do anyways, but I'm also left wondering what I did wrong previously. I guess it wasn't even me who did it. Some other person whose karma and soul got passed it to me. But then I was born with an original brain, uninfluenced by those past lives, just ready and new, with karma in the background. Oh, it's funny. This is pretty good. So, cleaning. Today, the deep clean list included cleaning both bathrooms. I told Mason that I'd clean one if he cleaned the other, and he replied, "If you're gonna do the job, you might as well just finish the job." I didn't know what he meant, and he clarified that I should clean both bathrooms, and I said it would be more fair if we each did one. He replied, "When I start a job, I just finish it. Well, I don't do it halfway." And I asked if he wanted to clean both bathrooms, and he said yes. So I ended up not having to clean the bathrooms at all today. Mason is a 43-year-old man from Alabama and is an entry-level scooper like me. He has a very high entry-level scoop. Like senior scooper, entry-level scooper. He's very kind to children and drinks at least 2 Cokes per shift. I just love it. I just love these little, like, it's like each page is like a little story. I really like this as a format. Is that the word? It's very easy to digest. I don't know, I'm just really into it. This is really good. Very cute and funny. That's all I wanted to share so far. Ice cream man.